resurfaced. And I guess and we are going to talk about the film, and of course we're going to talk about the film, but this is a very difficult but necessary conversation for a lot of people. Your reaction to those allegations of years ago, that they just don't feel the empathy, that they don't feel that you have any remorse.
And who are we talking about?
What we're talking about is what happened in 1999 with the woman who is now deceased, who took her own life. And her family and others feel that, in seeing your remarks since it's resurfaced, that do you have any remorse? Apologize at all for what happened?
Look, we you know, I was on 60 Minutes last night. We talked about it. You know, 3 days out. I think the important thing is that, you know, this isn't about me. You know, the story of Nat Turner as American people, to know the story about a man who was erased from history, that's, you know, at some point, you know, I think that that's where our focus should be, especially now. I mean, so many things are happening in America, especially the last 72 hours. You know, so the hope is that, you know, if people care about, you know, America, the story of America, the real story of America that has been so shifted and pushed aside with, you know, revisionist history, then I think that, you know, this is a film that they should see. I really do. Well,
and there are a lot of people who want to hear from you to be able to say, okay, are they going to see it or not? It can't really be, I'm sorry, it can't just be dismissed, what happened. You have to be addressed, and then to be able to be.
Absolutely.
You have a daughter in college. This is a conversation that's going on.
It's a conversation.
What do you tell her? What do
you know, anything I say to my daughter, you know, in love, is in private. She knows how I feel about her. And I've addressed it so many times. I addressed, did you see the 60 Minutes last night?
Yes, I did. Yes.
Yeah, and I addressed it with Anderson, you know, and we really, and that was the focus of that segment. You know, but you know, 3 days out, at some point, you know, I've talked about it, and I keep talking about it, and I keep talking about it.
But do you apologize? I guess if maybe do you apologize?
I talked about that last night. You know what I mean?
But
it's a.
Not everybody saw last night.
Yeah, well, you know, I'm not gonna go right. You know,
okay.
I'm not gonna go through. I'm not gonna, you know, and I've said it, and I said it last night. You know, I was falsely accused. You know, I was proven innocent, and I'm not gonna apologize. You know, for that. You know, I feel terribly about that.
I'm gonna kill two birds with one stone. The major video or topic I want to say is Kobe Bryant's apology isn't an admission of guilt. And also, before there was Gayle, there was Robin Roberts, right? In her interview with Nate Parker. Ironically, this is with ABC. But there's a correlation. I'm going to play the clip of what was said there. But Kobe Bryant had a letter where everybody, like a lot of people are using that as vindication or saying, he did do it. And being honest, growing up, I wasn't a Kobe fan at all. I wasn't. I was the underdog kind of guy. I was mad that Iverson got his ass busted by Lakers that season. I was a Shaq fan, but I kind of like shifted away because just didn't like LA because they were dominating, winning all the time. Shit, just didn't like it. But of course, I had jokes and whatnot and whatnot about Kobe and this and that. Now, I never thought that Kobe actually raped Becky. I always thought that their sex was consensual for the most part. But I think, and there was rumors about there being anal involved. And I would say, like, that's some shit she probably didn't like or regretted. And that's could have sparked the situation. So, yeah, those were conversations we had growing up. But I never was like, yeah, he raped that chick. But, Kobe Bryant was in a rough spot, right? Like, this is the thing that I don't like. Kobe Bryant apologized in that letter and said it made him different. He said, I don't know, maybe if, you know, I think we had a consensual situation, but she didn't. That doesn't fly. Like, that doesn't make sense. Because either it was or it wasn't. Like, we can't have two different mindsets, what happened. And no matter who you are, especially a black man, if you do beat your case, if you go to trial, you win. If you get acquitted, if you get thrown out, whatever, you can't talk your shit, King. Like, you can't, that bitch was lying. Or, like Chris Brown, he got in trouble. I know he's not a good example because he's a fuckboy. But he had got in trouble overseas, and the chick lied on him, and he wrote the t-shirts that, you know, what is lying. And people were mad and upset. Now, granted, I know you can't take away the fact that it's Chris Brown, and he's had a bunch of troubles. And even after he got out of trouble, he still kept getting in situations with women he shouldn't have been around, because they were setting him up. But he wanted to talk his shit. He was like, yo, I didn't do anything to that woman, and he wanted to express it at the highest heights, and yet people look at that as wrong. Like, if you're a man, and we're keeping this in context, the black man, you're supposed to kowtow, you're supposed to keep your head down, you're supposed to use language that, even though you were falsely accused of a situation, you can't defend yourself to the point where the logic is, well, you don't want other people to feel some type of way that want to come forward, and they don't want to see how much you came out against the woman that lied on you and could have ruined the rest of your goddamn life. Because you beat your case, you gotta just go away quietly. You don't even get to go away quietly. You have to speak on it. You have to apologize for something you didn't do. And I respected Nate Parker at the time because Oprah tried to get Nate Parker to do the same thing. He refused her help, but she wanted to do the same thing, go on this apology tour. We saw all the black media, The Root and whatnot, try to play into this game. Black women were living vicariously through the rape of this white girl for whatever reason, like they're doing right now with Kobe. And that was a situation that happened. But so when I read people saying Kobe's apologies and Michigan, that doesn't mean that to me. That means he's like any other black man who's in trouble and you beat your case where it gets thrown out, you still can't talk your shit. You still can't come on like that hoe was lying. You gotta, because of the culture, because of other situations, kind of like how Roland bitch ass took the conversation about Kobe, who beat his case, and somehow made it about black women who are actually raped. How does that even? We're talking about falsely accusing black men, and it turned into no, we gotta be quiet because the energy that comes out against women are actually raped. They're gonna go quiet and silent, and they won't come forward. First of all, that's bull, because it's a bag right now. There's no greater time to come out the closet, to say somebody touched you in 5th grade on the shoulder and you didn't like it, and he's president or he running for something important right now. There's no greater time than to come out right now. So that's bull. And even if you wrong, people are going to give you a platform and attention to talk your shit and have a voice, especially if they don't like you. If you're a Republican or a black man, they'll have no problem going on TV saying you touched them or you did something inappropriate or whatever. But that's just my video. Kobe's apology to me is not an admission of guilt, what some people are taking it as. To me, it's saying I have to walk this line. I have a future brand in the bag that I want to continue to make money outside of the NBA, and I have to do this. Same thing happened to him when he said that bundle of sticks on the court. And all of a sudden now he's this pro LGBT blah 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 shit. Same thing that happened to 50 when he did some stuff or said some side stuff. Then he had to pay for the prom of some transgender kid and start being hugged up with transsexuals and dudes that pretend to be women. Why? Because it was part in Hollywood to make money outside of that. You have to capitulate to that. So Kobe saying those words, which were it helped, it worked. Changed his brand. He became a girl dad. People weren't saying it's not like Big Roethlisberger. I'm a Steelers fan. That's a squad. We got 6, but that's an ongoing. He's a rapist. Always. Kobe shit died down and went away. It didn't continue, and they both got in trouble around a similar time. But Roethlisberger, he got caught several times in several situations. So that's why his didn't never really die down. But I'm saying Kobe shit went away. But we can't remove the reality that if you're a man and you get accused of something, you're supposed to capitulate. Even when you're innocent, there's a protocol for how you operate and carry yourself. She's asking Nate Parker, okay, I got it right. Do you apologize? Where else do you ask a man who went to court for a trial and he did not do it, and the case got thrown out, and he got it? And then his mans who went to jail got out because shit didn't add up. Why would he apologize? It's almost because you got away with it, you got to apologize and be wrong in a public court of opinion, or because of this retarded Me Too case where sexual assault is being redefined. If she says no once and you get up and leave and she no, stay. Now you've manipulated her into sex and that's also rape. The definition, I'm nah, rape is rape. Pretty simple and straightforward. but they want to redefine it and change the rules and add some salt to it and shit. But yeah, I don't think that letter, that apology that Kobe wrote, is an admission of guilt. I just think that's standard when a man is trying to prove himself innocent. Justin Fairfax is going through the same thing in Virginia. He's not hiding or, running and tucking his tail. He's suing Gayle and ABC for her interview of the witnesses with information that didn't add up. It's like, they don't like it when men fight back, yo. They don't like it when, and I'm going to do another video about how women don't like it when men protect themselves. I've always seen all these commentaries about Me Too and this and that, when men are avoiding women and this and that, and somehow it's becoming about y'all. Everybody was in their feelings when the vice president said he don't have meetings with women without his wife being there. And it come out here, it's like, how dare he refuse a woman to meet? Like, no, he's protecting himself. Period. It's not all about you. Like, this is the world we live in, the climate y'all created as a response to some real injustice. This is the flip side to that response to the injustice. Hey, one side went too far, the other side is going to tip it back in the middle. But to reiterate the point, what you saw Robert Roberts ask him in an interview was straight up what I think is what Kobe did is what they wanted him to do, despite him beating his case. Why would I apologize for something I already finished and resolved? Again, a nigga will get acquitted and 20 years later we still acting like he did it. Huh? All the movies that Nate Parker been in, Beyond the Lights, Great Debaters, but all of a sudden this one film is like, oh, let's bring the rapey up. Situation that got thrown out, but because the chick killed herself or whatever, and we can't be honest because the person who possibly really just lied, we're supposed to walk on eggshells around that situation. This is my video. I'm out. What do you think? Before there was Gayle King, there was Robin Roberts. And proof is in the pudding. Kobe's apology is not a mission of guilt, in my opinion. It's just protocol. If you want to be on and you want to go forward in this era, in this PC, liberal, feminist, BS era we live in, you're supposed to capitulate like that. You can't talk your shit.